If there is something I hate the most when I have to do paint jobs, is this. Prep work. Jesus bloody hell. Takes bloody ages to mask everything up and just sand everything down, especially when you have to re-lacquer a big surface. It's just bloody annoying and really time consuming. So on all of these, not the painting is the issue, the problem. A bigger problem is the time you spend prepping and masking, and then you go with paint and lacquer. So this Hyundai i20, we had it for a while now. We wanted to sell it as it is. It had a bit of a dent here on this side, scratch on the door here, and several other scratches were just only in the lacquer. Some stone chips which I just did some touch-ups on them anyway. And this part here, which the lacquer was really short by some reason, and was shrinking and looking ugly and stuff like that. So I decided to have to do it to make it proper as well. The boot had some corrosion down here, and I did a previous repair myself on it, and it didn't came up quite well. Because it happened a while ago when I had less experience. Not like I am an experienced painter now, but I understood more things ever since I did a few other jobs, and they came up quite well. So let's paint this bloody car and get it ready, so next time when someone comes to see it, we'll not have anything to whinge about it. Although the car we offered with 1,000 pounds less than the market value for sale, but people are still not happy with it. So let's make it retail value. Okay, so I just put the lamps, infrared lamps. Let me show you closer. So the surface has been prepped and it is ready to be painted now. But I'm using these infrared lamps, which I paid only about 220 for 2 of them. It's been a good deal on one of these websites, can't remember where, or I think eBay I bought it from. The thing is, you can either use like one of these heat guns. The problem with the heat guns when you're doing stuff outside is gonna create that tornado effect, and it's gonna blow dust to your paintwork. You don't want that. And that's the reason I bought these, and they help a lot, especially on cold weather. They do help a lot with curing the paint in time, and they do quite good job on lacquer as well, you know. So they're quite a good investment if you are thinking yourself to do this type of stuff. And now let's start applying the base coat, mainly here on this part, and then we're gonna do it on the door as well. Those spots there, it's gonna be like more like in panel. Bit of a blend. I do have the color, which is quite a good match, and this black and putting in the middle of the panel will not be visible even if it's not a perfect match, you know. So you shouldn't be too worried about like these flat paints. Depends how you do the blending techniques, which I will show you something which I like to do now. I'll go and get my gun and everything, and I'll show you how do I blend to make it less lost into the panel, less visible. Let's get some things in order. The gun I'm using today is the mini gun from NAI. It's a mini gun with a 1.2 tip. Amazing ones and really cheap as well, really on the budget, about 150 pounds to get one, which pretty happy with it personally, and does the job, and it does do a really good finish on lacquer on small surfaces. When we're doing a whole part now, really, when I'll apply the lacquer, I'll show you the other budget gun, but doesn't feel budget at all, which makes a really good finish as well, you know. So I'm not sponsored by anyone for this item, so no, I'm not trying to push any products to you. Right, so let's get the paint, let's get the gun set up. I'll be using like 1.5 bar pressure. Say about 28 psi. something like that. What the hell is wrong with these people? So, what I always like to do, what I did found out while checking online and stuff like that, watching videos how to paint, because I did learn everything on video. So you have like, there is this huge channel which is called Paint Society. It's a lot of stuff you can learn. They will try to put some products as well, but it's up to you. This gun, I bought it due to a YouTube review from the gunman. Obviously the people which are into painting and stuff, they all know about the gunman from Australia. He does a lot of guns reviews and stuff like that. So this I bought it on his from his review, which he said is quite good, and I think he was quite right. It's really good gun. So medium pressure, volume, I will not, this one can't really count it. It's just like, don't go with too much volume on paint, especially because the paint doesn't stack up too well one after another. It's not like the lacquer, and you might have runs, and once you get runs in the paint, it's not really fun. So yeah, actually I have these swivels as well, or I think they're called or something, which they all do like this and helps you out. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm back. So what I've seen to a lot of people doing it, they will do, instead of going like this on the surface, they will go like a crosshatch pattern like this, and then going like that, and just like that. Remember, always go with like small, low volume. Don't overload the surface, because you might get in trouble with that. Now at least let it flash for a couple of minutes. Just keep in mind, you don't need full coverage from the first. You can do, you can have like maybe 3, 4, 5 coats, doesn't matter. Just go with, especially when doing it outside, because it's a big difference from doing it outside to comparing to do it in a paint booth. In a paint booth you have like ventilation stuff and extraction and stuff. You can go with a higher, heavier load, because all the overspray is gonna just be taken away, and there's a constant temperature. You have like controlled environment. It's like 20 degrees now, it's about 10 outside, which is not recommended to paint, but it is possible, it can be done, you know. If you have to just pay attention to a few bits, it's simple as that. It's nothing complicated, but you have to be careful on some bits how to do them. Anyway, let's wait for this one to flash off. I'll give it a couple of minutes. I'll add a few more coats, then I'll get back to you with the final result before lacquer. Okay, so now the base coat is down. Sorry about the flashing. I don't know which one is flashing. Oh, that one there. Yeah, well. So you can see it's all covered in paint. Same with the door. There are no scratches, marks, and everything. It's all flashed out now. I'm gonna give it still more time to add the door handle as well. I will give it a bit more time to fully cure. Then I will go with a tack cloth. Always when you're painting outside, even the guys in the booth are using it. Always when you're painting outside, use a tack cloth. They're quite cheap to buy. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're using like spray guns or using spray cans and everything, before applying the lacquer, wait for the base coat to fully dry. This is really important. Just wait for a whole hour if you can. Yeah, take your time with it, because for these simple MIPs, if you're not doing it right from the beginning, you'll be working for nothing. The whole job will be a complete failure. I know very well, because it did happen to me, so I'm kind of giving you advice. Wait for it. You can take a lot of advice from the most popular YouTube channels how to paint. The only difference is that they are painting inside the booth, which I said before is a controlled environment. When you're outside, it might be colder, it might be hotter. is wind, is dust and stuff like that. So the best way to have a good lacquer sticking and appliance is to use a tack cloth on the panel before and remove all the dust marks. Once you did that, you just go on with the lacquer. As well, a lot of people go into the lacquer side, which I'll repeat a bit later as well. When you're watching YouTube channels with people painting inside in the paint booth, they will say wait 5 minutes between the coats and go with the second one. No, doesn't matter what type of lacquer are you using. I will be using what I'm using, but you can use something else, or you might not find this one, you know. What I use is this product, which is called MIPA CX11, which is an expressed fast drying coat. But still, it's using the normal hardener, so will not be the fast hardener or stuff like that. Will be with normal. But the way they work together, in a way or another, I don't know how they did it. Will dry really fast in about 40 minutes. Will be like really good to put your hands on it without leaving marks. But don't take this as granted. Just leave it. Always the lacquer have to stay few hours to be safe to touch it, and just take the plastic off or stuff like that. You know, just wait for it. Never hurry up. Be patient when painting, especially outside. Be patient. Don't hurry up things. You'll fail the job. You'll have to do it again, and you'll not like it. Anyway, now let's wait for it to fully flash off. I'll get the lacquer ready, and I'll get back to you soon. Okay, this is a tack cloth. It's pretty cheap, and helps a lot. What this thing does, it's got like honey over it and sugar and stuff like that, something like sticky. You only have to do it like this and just go over the surface. Just over the surface. Don't put any pressure, you don't have to. Just to take all the contaminants, especially as I said, it's really important when you're doing it outside, even in the paint booth, because the paint booth is not fully sealed on dust anyway. You can get dust in there, but what we do today is painting outside. So, as I said, most of the techniques from the paint booth are still applied outside, but you have to be careful of a few other aspects, which I'll just tell you on the way. So now let's clean up with a tack cloth, and then I'll get my gun, get my mask, and get going. You can feel the dust while you're going over it. And you can see here, like this is all the overspray left, and this one, it doesn't have to be in there. It's gonna look like bad. Anyway, you will not get a dust-free surface. That's definitely, you will not get it. You will not be like boot, but it will be close by. I think this is the biggest job for me by now. I mean, except the fans, but the fan is pretty much flat all over it, so I only had to re-lacquer and do everything. So it's always good if you're doing a bigger one. It's always good to work one panel by panels or by side, because the problem is that lacquer overspray, which you'll see as soon as I start painting, you'll not you will start not seeing me anymore because of all the gases and everything is gonna go in here, you know. So the thing is, if you're doing it somewhere inside, be careful what's around you, because the gases will still go up, the overspray, and gonna stick everywhere on the cars, you know. So I'll close that doors and then all the overspray is gonna go outside on this side. Let's hope, because it's a bit rainy today, which is good. It's not windy, so it's rainy, so the dust is all settled and stuff like that, but still, you will still get dust particle. It's impossible. Anyway, I'm gonna get my gun and everything, and I will crack on because it's late and this one needs to be finished. Happy enough with it. It's got good coverage. We're good to go. Yeah, always you need one of these. Definitely, always need one of these. Okay, so the gun, which has become my favorite gun for this type of jobs, is from Devilbiss. It's the FLG5 budget gun, and trust me, it only costs about 130 pounds. It's got a 1.3 tip. Now, it depends on your compressor. I do have a gun, which I'll make a video with it a bit on a separate occasion, with a low LVHP, no, all LVLP, low volume, low pressure. That one works on the smaller compressor, and I have a small compressor, which I'll make a test with it. But this one goes on the big one. It does need some merits. Is the HVLP edition with a 1.3 tip. Amazing gun, gets fantastic finish. I will really recommend it to anyone which has got a, let's say, at least 150 liters compressor. It's good, you know. So gun settings, in my case, everyone will say like go like 2 bar, but outside you need to stick it a bit harder on the surface. So and always they will say like volume open to the max. No, don't do it outside. You'll have runs like hell, like really bad runs. So what I'm doing now, I'll be closing the volume all the way in. Then I'll go 1, 2 turns out. That's it. It's enough. You would rather go 3 coats rather than go 2 coats and have runs, and then you have a lot of work to do afterwards. And it gets pretty much flatter. Now, pressure-wise, so I have one of these cheater valves here. So now it's about 2.5 bar, which is close to 40 psi. It's not really recommended for professional use, but I found it to be quite better to do it like this rather than going into 2 bar. You know, it just sticks better, gets a bit more flat finish for my likings. I mean, it's up to everyone. When you're getting a gun, you kind of have to play with it to see exactly where it works for you better. You know, in my case, works like that. About 40 psi works better than, or 2.5 bars nearly, works better than lower pressure. Now it's up to everyone. I can't really say that you have to do it like that, but it's up to you. It probably is a good idea to check. Anyway, let's get going with the first coat, and see you guys in a sec. I mean, I'll go on this side first. I want to see exactly the consumption as well, because I reckon I'll go like 1 liter mixed, probably more, and then I have to do this side as well. And I'll make like a final cost on materials and how much did I spend and stuff like that, you know. Okay, let's get going. Now time for the second coat. I'll go with the 2 coats. As I said, I just set up my guns and have this way, so works in 2 coats. Although I'm not happy how the boot looks, and I know why. And I'll just go with the second coat as well. But I think it's gonna will look good anyway. So probably tomorrow I'll just sand it back down, and I'll do some flow coating. Flow coating means you're gonna sand all the nibs and everything down, and add an extra coat. If it works. If not, probably I'll just have to repaint it a bit. As a bit, yeah, I'm not happy with it. We'll see. But this is the most important. The boot will not be such a big issue. It will be easy to do. But you saw me going a bit fast and just going like that for the first coat. Always with the first coat, you don't have to load your surface, because when you're applying the second coat, it will will make runs as well. So you'll have runs because of you loading the surface too much from the first, you know. So now the thing is, waiting time is like for this specific clear coat, it's 5 to 7 minutes at 20 degrees. But no, they're not 20, they are just probably 10, right? So you do like the tack test, you see? So by the looks of it, it's not ready now. You still have to wait a bit. It's not sticky. You're putting your glove here, and it needs to stick. This one, look, this side is this side is red. For the safety, we're gonna wait another 5 minutes. As I said, don't hurry up. Without nothing. There's no reason for you. There's no explanation or nothing. You have no excuse to hurry up. Just wait. Go 10-15 minutes. You do the tack test. See? Here's a little bit better, but it's still not tacky enough for my likings. And yeah, we should wait a few more minutes and apply the second coat. I already see dust particles in it. It's impossible not to. It's not the cleanest job you can get, but we'll do a decent one, you know. Okay, so we're ready for the second coat. On the second coat, you have to be a little bit slower and more concentrated, focused on what are you doing and when you're applying, because you kind of want to get full coverage on the second coat, unless you want to do 3 close. So when you're doing the second one, you get better coverage, but not too much anyway. But on the second coat, you have to go a bit more in line and just cover everything good. Otherwise, it will look shitty. Let's get going. So the second coat is finished now. We need to load up some more material and go on the other side and do that one as well. I put 2 coats on this one. Still undecided about the boot, but I still added it just to have a lot of material to sand down tomorrow in case I needed to flow coat it back again. I'll go and get that and see you back in a second. This one I'll go 2 coats as well on it. I just finished up there. I hope it's gonna look alright. It's gonna look alright down there with the lacquer to stick. So that's kind of nearly there. Let me go this one down. Then I'll give you a full explanation of what I've used and how I used it. Do not forget to use this thing because those gases are just horrible for your health. We are ready for the second coat now. We do the tackiness glove test. So yeah, see, the glove stay there. So this is the moment when, whoosh, it's not replaced there. You don't leave here, come on, bloody fly. Now it's time for the second coat, a bit more slower, heavier coat all over it, and it should be finished. So I think we saved about, I'd say about 800 pounds on this job, which is not bad, to be honest. And the car looks a bit more decent. As soon as we'll have a full polish and stuff like that, we'll be looking mint. It's not quite the type of car I will do this to it, but it's been more like a learning project as well, you know, so for the future, to when I have like bigger jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get going with the second coat, and when it will be fully cured, I will show you the final product. We finished. Now I'm using a trick. See my file. This is something which is called sunlight. I bought it off eBay for I don't know, probably Sun Color. That's the brand, for a couple of quids. Can't remember which. And the best way to check your painter now is using this. This imitates the sun color as you would see the car outside, right? So just looking at it. But anyway, I don't know how well it is on the camera, but as you can see, it came out really, really well. The whole right, yeah. So the auto exposure was playing up. I hope it didn't made anything weird. But yeah, I don't know how good the camera is catching up this, because it's dark in here. So sometimes it's better to go. Alright, this one is to be redone. And I will come with the second video, but as you can see, really it's quite dull. And I know what was the mistake, and I will say it in the next video regarding this, how I will refix and redone this tailgate, because yeah, I'm not happy how it came up. Problem was, I mean, long story short, I did use some I don't know if it's visible on camera, but there's something that looks like runs, but there are not runs. What I did, I sprayed up some degreaser, and I forgot to wipe it off. And obviously when you look at it with the light, I mean, I don't know how to do it to be visible. All in all, I don't like it how it looks. I will see how it looks when it will be fully cured, but I don't think it's gonna look better anyway. But the rest of it is really, really nice. So yeah, we can still see gases inside. I shouldn't be here without a mask, but just for the sake of science. So yeah, it's all finished. Really happy with the result. So now, still looking at it in the sun. Obviously still a bit dull now, because you'll have to properly do it. Kinda have to wait some time. Anyway, this type of lacquer I'm using, which is the MIPA. Yeah. So it's something from MIPA. It's called CX11 Express Clear Coat. Comes together with the Hardenere H25. Actually, I'll just put it on the screen now. It's pretty much okay-ish on money side, but it's really helpful on this type of jobs because it dries fast. In 1 hour now I can easily take all the covers off without any problems, and at 1 hour will be fully cured. We can even polish it within 1 hour depending how hot it is outside. So back when it will be summer and hotter outside, obviously 1 hour job done. It's helpful because we'll stop having more dust in it. I mean, now you can still see some dust particles in it, but it just, once you go with the polishing and stuff like that, some of them, I mean most of them will come out. You know, if I had any body bugs and stuff like that, like it's happening from time to time, yeah. But overall, yeah, so it's MIPA CX11 with the H25 Hardenere. I'm buying it off eBay. Last time I got lucky enough and bought it with like 30 pounds for 1 liter plus hardener. So in total you have like 1.5 liters of clear coat. It's really good on consumption, combined with the FLG 5, which I told you is a really amazing gun. I would definitely recommend that one for someone to buy it. It's a really good all around. You can put like base coat and everything with it. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have learned something. I'll make more videos on this particular type of painting outside because I don't really have a paint booth and I can't afford one either. And on this segment will be more videos anyway. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There are more videos coming, more content regarding car trade and stuff like that. And see you guys in the next one. Take care.